Cobblestone is now a map that very much skews the favor to the advantage of the terrorist side. So can we get more so of a lopsided affair than what we did in the previous map? I don't know. These are kind of the things that I'm interested to find out, because the CT side is having difficulties on cash. Now, I don't know the history of these teams, however. That's the thing. I don't know if these are any good Cobblestone teams. But if they're not, we are going to see the exact same thing, if not even just more T-sided, I'm presuming.
Yeah, I'm imagining a very similar situation myself, because we don't actually see Cobblestone that much here in the UK scene. It's always usually limited to the same kind of 3-map rotation of Dust 2, Mirage, and Cash. So this coming up here, it's going to be a very interesting, situation for us. So I'm quite intrigued to see how this one turns out. However, like you said, it might just come down to slightly stronger CT or T sides as we do enter our pistol round here. It's SKUM Gaming who will start CT, Barrage taking the T side. Buy-ups coming on through Armor and Kevlar for pretty much most of the players, except, well, it will be NK and Hawkins going in with the smokes. And NK himself will have himself a nice defuse kit for the retakes if Barrage get that bomb down on a site, stacking up towards middle, looking for that first aggressive pick.
This is actually incredibly interesting. There's 3 players over here towards the A site right out of the gates for SKUM Gaming. Generally, what you'd see would be a fast B push on a Cobblestone pistol round, but this is already incredibly slow. That's the thing with Cobblestone, right? It's like the map lends itself so heavily to that drop-down B platform split, and you have teams who play aggressive T-side Counter-Strike, then they're just going to abuse that over and over again. And every so often, you throw a play out towards the A site just to make sure that at least one player, or sometimes if you're lucky 2, will stay very much allocated to that side of the map, again, allowing for you to exploit the very easy execution that is B-site Cobble. In this case, we have an incredibly slow pistol round. We're down to the minute mark already, and still the terrorists have yet to make contact. The CTs have no clue as to where they could be, other than now NK, who I believe spotted somebody down below. Or no, it's just the decoy that's calling the rotation. So this is still an absolute standoff.
Yeah, and this one could swing either way, as it will be 3 players in to defend the A site. So the choice of side does not go towards the Barrage side, as it will be NK starting things off, getting some early tag damage. He's think for 7 HP, but Muffin, 2 nice headshots, takes down Velox, a third onto Wong, looking for the 4th onto Shank, but he's not going to find it. It's a 3 versus 2. It favors SKUM Gaming, but this entire Barrage push has been shut down. The bomb has been dropped. Muffin comes around for the 4th. Ace time, pistol round. Is it going to happen? Shanked is cornered. Headshot comes in. First round for SKUM, and a great hold from Muffin individually will take the pistol for this CT side.
I mean, it was Muffin that we were waiting on because he had technical issues in between maps. Clearly, this new setup has got him rolling. What a individual play. 5 headshots on top of it. Just great pistol marksmanship, and I mean, I think SKUM Gaming ultimately play exactly into their favor. They lie in the bomb sites, sit and wait, and sure enough, eventually Barrage have to show their hand, and suddenly when they do, there are CT side awaiting. Great opener. Directly back comes Barrage. They have bought themselves into the armor Kevlar. Excuse me, pistol Kevlar. It's a little redundant. Smoke flash on Pedo, so they have a bit of an execution set here. With 1 smoke grenade, that should go out towards the door. A flashbang over and just an absolute sweep of the site is what they're looking for. As they come out, they will find 1 frag, but Duck immediately trades it back with 2 to his name. Pedo as well on the current 2K as they continue to push on forward. Filler with the flashbang, going to try to obscure this situation, but the T side has successfully planted the bomb.
Yeah, retake coming in from SKUM, so not the exact same showing that we saw in the last round. The B kit works out better for Barrage. 1-for-1 trade out as Wong and Filler both fall. Now up to Muffin to try and make something work, and he will do so, showing up just as well in this round as he did in the last 2 kills for him. Make the SKUM Gaming retake very possible and very doable, and indeed a very successful one. They do lose 3 players in the exchange. They should be able to recover 2 rounds on the board for this CT side.
MP9 making an appearance here. Make that 2. Both Filler and Hawkins. These are the exact same players that picked up the Mac 10s on the T side of Cash. Smart decision. Of course, they are up against just unarmored opponents who will have some deagles, however. So things could get interesting, but they won't straight out the gates. Muffin going to find himself that opening frag. Pedo goes down, but he was the 1 player still on a Glock. It is going to be NK who takes it down the 2nd, traded back by Shanked yet again as we do duel off out towards a site. There's still a player up close and personal. Muffin flirting with death here, seeing how incredibly close he is to the terrorists. He does spot Shanked, however, and it will be Hawkins up close and personal who finds that frag. But it's traded back yet again. Wong off of the deagle finds a headshot of his own. Will try to retrieve the bomb as Muffin's position is currently unknown. He steps out to his demise. Filler as well chiming in with a frag leaves SKUM Gaming at that 3-0 start.
A good start from the CT side. However, their economy is still looking kind of shaky, even after those 3 victories. Of course, many of the players losing their lives in the second round to the Barrage B hit is going to leave them slightly less on the economy side, but a full buy will come in nonetheless. Filler's going to have himself the MP9, holding on to that one from the last round, but Barrage, they've already got the AWP out on Wong, who's taking a very, well, a defensive approach with it. 2 players pushing up towards the long area, and he'll back them up in case one of the CTs do decide to go pushing out for aggressive plays. But SKUM not going to opt for that. NK holding out his tongue, waiting for a good push to come on through, and that grenade will do some good damage onto Peto. His aggression arrow will be shut out with a counter flash from the Barrage side. It looks like it's going to be another A hit, and NK and Muffin will once again be up to defend from long and middle.
Yet again, though, incredibly slow rounds. This is not the cobblestone I'm used to seeing. Nice little flashbang there. Allows for Muffin to take a wide peek, but he's not able to take a frag. He comes back for more, though, and this time he gets himself a headshot, secures himself safety as he rounds back that corner. Now sits in a 4v4, but there are tagged players on both sides of the spectrum here. Muffin continuing to aggress into the bottom of A, finds himself an additional frag, heading the headshot onto Wong through the clip of the door, and you can see still he holds the angle, prying into the bottom of mid and keeping these terrorists sectioned off from the bomb, seeing as it sits in the side of the museum stairwell. They will have a rotator coming in on back. That's going to be Shanked, who will pick up the device, but again, Muffin, he's in a position to cause some trouble.
Yeah, he's been playing very well so far. Top fragger of the server, 11 kills already, only on the 3rd round. But Barrage right now need to set themselves up something here because they're running out of time. 20 seconds to get onto the site. Filler's going to be able to take down one. Shank does take down Muffin. In the meantime, it's a 2-on-2 situation, and they have control of this site. But this bomb, it needs to go down. It needs to go down quick because Hawkins is going to be up for the retake here. Bombs on site. Hawkins challenges onto 1, but Velox with a very nice 1 tap. 2 kills for him in the round. And a very nice hold from the Barrage. So they do lose 3 players. So once again, economy may be a slight issue for this T side, as it will be for SKUM Gaming in this next round, deciding whether they want or not they want to quasi force or save in this next one. It does look like it will actually be the quasi coming out. A couple of 5.7s and armors for a couple of the players. But even then, some other saving with just P250s and nothing else here. 3-1 Barrage will pick their first 2 UMPs out for this T side.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on Muffin, seeing as he does have that Kevlar UMP and even a double flashbang, so we should keep our eyes on him for the most part in this round. He's going to be essential to their potential success. Barrage setting up early for a B-site take. We have seen them go here with guns before, and now for the time being, though, Velox is just going to be boosted on the head of his teammate, lying in wait, waiting, of course, to see if SKUM do decide to pry further into B main. I mean, here's the thing with Cobblestone CT side. It is so incredibly difficult to obtain information as a counter-terrorist without going for ridiculous risky plays. You can peek out long platform, but there you have it. There are boosts to counter it. You can push into middle, which bottlenecks you through 2 certain exits, or you have to counter boost to get info. This leaves so much time for Barrage to just lie in wait, sit around, and if you have a team who's kind of shaky on their commitment, if they're not entirely sure if they're sitting inside the right bomb site, then generally you can find them trying to take those dangerous peaks and potentially an easy opener. This time around, it's Duck on the top of the boxes who finds the opening frag. Nice little off angle, nets him a kill, and Peto will find the trade. 35 seconds remaining on the clock for the terrorist side to play out here as they will attempt the 2-2 split. Players dropping in upon Filler, who no, they don't check the corner, and he drops out both. Suddenly, all now Barrage in a very difficult spot. Wong's going to be able to at least drop 1 frag, but 2 versus 3, 20 seconds, and still they need to cross. Hawking's going to crouch behind the planters, and still he does topple, but the ump on NK up close and personal as he jumps round the corner, spots Wong, drops him down, looks to take Peto as he's sectioned off. Yes, sir. It is a round for SKUM Gaming. Despite the atrocious buy they came in with, they have made it work. And why? Because Barrage Esports tried to hammer home that B-site take and a big 2K from Filler with the 5-7 inside of Dropdown.
And that round was all on Filler for that one. Fantastic play with the 5-7, picking up 2 headshots and shutting down all of the Barrage players that were in towards drop down. A fourth round will run on the board for the CT Scum Gaming, and Barrage will be forced into a force play. Tech9's out. AK's the UMP on Shanked. No AWPs coming into play just yet for either side. And Scum Gaming having a very nice round on their side. Barrage with a little bit of potential if they do go fast, which by the looks of things is exactly what they're going to be doing. They've already got some utility out towards this B site. Matrix is going to be mollied off by Duck just for security reasons, just in case Barrage decide to head in that general direction. But you can see playing close range, utility will be setting up over here. They're going to start making their way very quickly over towards this B site, and there will be 2 to defend, 2 more rotating in, and NK still holding out towards the long area. Shanked gets Hawkins, Velox, 2 easy kills onto Duck, and now it's a 5-on-3 situation. Barrage will get the bomb down, and Scum will be up for another retake coming in, and Shanked is going to see if he can shut that one down early. Takes down Muffin, Filler trades it out. Back to a 2-on-4 situation. Filler and Muffin, or Filler and NK need to find something good here as Velox spots out the first. Isn't going to take the kill, however. It's all on just a couple of players. 1 kill comes in, and Peto picks the last to bring Barrage a second, coming up against Scum.
That was such a beautiful execution for Barrage. They smoke off the highway lane, 2 smokes create a wall in front of the rock, and then they even take the time to Molotov off tree, because that would have been the only response to get eyes above those smoke grenades. Barrage Esports lose that previous round because they weren't able to section off the Scum Gaming players who were back by rock, back by tree. There's nobody playing up towards platform, nobody playing over towards chicken coop, and that set piece of utility is exactly what they had to use to counter the setup that Scum Gaming were relying on. So Barrage Esports have now bounced back, no consecutive rounds as of yet since we've gotten into the gun rounds of this half. Things yet again off to a superb start here on Cobblestone. It is going to be Duck playing off of the 5-7 this time around, but he is up close and personal, so that should be able to mitigate his disadvantage, and it will be NK to find himself the opener. The op shot connects, Wong goes down, and a 5v4 here for Scum Gaming to try and hold the line. Their utility slowed down Barrage, and now we'll have to see what they do to transition back into a bomb site.
Early pick for Scum, great start from NK. And Scum in particular, you know, they've got a little bit of a disadvantage in the form of Duck. He's only on the 5-7, and this round is going to be so crucial for them because they're only sitting on like $100 each, 150 on Hawkins, so not much in the bank for them to work with, and a good start from Muffin at least, lines up the 2 and drops the bomb. It's gone also very wrong for the Barrage side, and Scum now already players rotating in to see what they can find. Muffin still going to do good work, a 4-clay to close out the round. Muffin has been absolutely on fire this match. 15 kills in just 7 rounds. 5th round on the board for this CT Scum Gaming side. Barrage will be forced back into low amounts of economy, but still enough to get a bye together in round number 8.
T-side bouncing back. Op in the hands of Pedo. AWP in the hands of NK. Could have ourselves a bit of an op duel out here towards the platform if need be. Pedo's already holding the angle, though, so he's waiting for, of course, for that aggressive cross to the back of platform. Now, we've seen Scum Gaming do multiple things. We've seen them smoke off the entrance to platform and then push a player into the back corner, or we've also had them lie in wait back behind the stones, back behind the tree boost, and just very passive positioning. But this time around, they're going to use a smoke grenade to now filter players forward. They're quite certain that this is going to be a B take, and it is. 3s rather, outside a drop down for the T side, but here's the flank. Muffin hits the first shot. Pedo gonna whip back round, clear out the flank, but still, that is a 1-in-1 trade, and now information known. Teams both know exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, Muffin, great luck towards the back. He's been playing out of his mind. He's been playing extremely ballsy, in fact, taking kills left, right, and center, setting up flanks left, right, and center, and in that case, he's gonna take the first pick. It is traded out, however, as he is taken down, but he's done his damage and taken 1 at the very least. Scum Gaming now going to set up a retake. They're expecting this to be a B hit, but, well, the rest of the Barrage side, they've rotated over towards the A site, A long and A middle. And 35 seconds left on the clock. This could very well easily turn into an A hit, but as I say that, all 3 players are going to hit and head around back towards the B site instead of go for another fast B play, which worked out pretty well for them this time. Molotovs will push Duck away, but he's going to take a headshot anyway. Takes down Petter. Hawkins chimes in, sprays down the second, looks for the third onto Velox, and will find it for the 3K. 6 rounds to 2 to the favour of Scum Gaming. They hold on to a lead, and Barrage are forced into an eco.
Now, the most successful gun round that we saw come out of Barrage actually relied on that very smooth usage of utility when they smoked off the 3 positions and then Molotoved out the tree. Look what happens at this moment. I mean, of course, the time is working against them, but they come back into the bomb site, have 1 Molotov. They use it to clear the player with the ump off of the close position, so that makes absolute sense. But unfortunately for them, they have no way of checking tree with any kind of a pre-nade, and then that man, Hawkins, is able to spray down too. So great individual performance yet again coming in from the players of SKUM Gaming. Muffin sitting on 16 and 4, most certainly leading the charge out of this world. And of course, this is a round that should be easily swept under the rug. Barrage on only Glocks, barring 1 P250 in the hands of Shanked. They have called for a pause after this, which would be a great time, I think, for a tactical pause if that's what the case is, and I'm assuming so. So, back into museums they go. 5 players just lying in wait, waiting to see if there's a big flank this time around, but SKUM Gaming know better. They should have been able to predict the reset, and therefore, they will stay in their sights, stay safely tucked away, and just wait for Barrage to burn the clock.
Yeah, just Glocks out for Barrage. This one should be a very easy eco coming in from SKUM. And, well, I mean, let's talk about that pause for a second, because after this round, Barrage should have enough money to buy up in the next one. So, of course, like you said, a very good time to pause as well. It will be Hawkins just mowing his way on through the Barrage side. Easy eco coming in as 3 kills land for the SKUM player, and Filler comes in with 2 of his own to fill in the gaps, as puns do take form here on UKGT. 7-2 now. Match pause coming in for the Barrage side. And while taking a look at the economy, now they should be able to get themselves another buy back through. You can see Velox is already getting himself an AK on the board. It will be kind of utility limited. But overall, no, this is a very good time, like you said, to just kind of think things through, because this will be a gun round that will mean another reset coming in and just another eco if they do end up losing it. So right now will be a great time to talk strategy, a great time to talk about round number 10, because for Barrage, well, they're losing by 5 points here, and it's not been a very good start for this T side.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I mean, if we just try to, if we try to theorize as to what they could be talking about, then I think that they really need to be relying on the fact that the B-site execution that they have, the one that we watch with the Molotovs and grenades, that is an execution that you can do time and time again and generally will take the bomb site. So I think that they'd like to rely on that. I believe the problem that they're facing is that SKUM Gaming have no interest in actually keeping multiple players towards the A bomb site because they know that B is more heavily contested. So the problem is, even though the execution may be there off of the utility, there's just such a heavy counter-terrorist presence, and it's now, because the money is underneath the feet of SKUM as well, such a counter-nade presence that they're afraid to execute forward. So if they're able to find a way to draw players away to the A bomb site and then use that very same execution we saw, I easily predict that Barrage could get themselves some more rounds. But again, the big issue will be, how do you filter defenders off of the B bomb site when that's the one you want to hammer home?
Well, AK is coming out for the T side this time, and it looks like another fast play towards B will be the answer. Flashbang smokes already coming on through. First man in starts things off. Wong takes down Hawkins, traded out very, very quickly as it will be Velox taking a nice headshot onto Filler. Meanwhile, in the drop down area, 3 versus 3 as Duck gets 1 nice headshot, and Shanked trading back and forth to the advantage, and then it just gets evened up by SKUM once again. Muffin with a headshot onto Neto, gets a frag grenade out, which should do a little bit of damage, and that Molotov might hold him back for a couple of seconds, but the bomb going to go down on the site regardless. And now 2 versus 2. Going to start hitting up this B site for the retake here. Muffin in close range angles. They don't have any info, but Shanked is going to be able to spot him out. I don't think he hears him. He's going to be able to spray anyway and take him down. Taps away, but Peto can't find him. He's going to take the kill. 1 versus 1. Now all eyes on NK, as he will get the smoke out. Might try it for a tap here. Peto's expecting it, but nothing going to come through. Still, no AWP shots, and NK to see if he needs to spot it. It will find it right there, and it will be the defuse coming in, and a very nice round coming in from SKUM Gaming. Almost lost it there, but 4 kills to the favour of Barrage Esports might put them in a couple of troubles in terms of their economy during the next couple of rounds, but regardless, they will have won the half at 8-2.
I mean, they go for the absolute sheer aggression of the B side this time. They don't want to take time to throw grenades. They think that if they can just try and hammer things home, that they'll get themselves into the bomb site, and they do. But look how the players behind the rock are actually able to drop down some of those terrorists before the bomb is even planted, leaving it into the 2 versus 2 situation. Had they used that wall of smokes to section off the player by rock after initially taking platform, then suddenly you could actually find them with an easy bomb plant and strong after plant position. So I think the first aggression is to get the opening frag, but from there, teams generally forget they can just stop. Slow down the pace of the round. They'd yet to use their utility. They still had the man advantage, and still they tried to really nail it. And this time, they will go to platform once more. Hawking's going to spray down 2. There's a frag from Duck. Nearly finds an additional kill, but it's Shanked who takes the trade, and Filler here is now rotated over to clean up shop. That was a great play from Hawkins. He, using the smoke grenade, crossed out into the back of platform, and then despite the Molotov burning him alive, he waits just long enough for the terrorists to assume that he is not in that position, and most certainly, he peeks wide, sprays down 2, and Duck is even able to get one to his name before he falls out mid-transition. So, Barrage Esports, yet again, this B-bomb site not working out to their favor, and they will be back onto Kevlar and pistols once more.
And it will be NK that starts things off great against Peto, shuts him down. Well, it's going to be a Cozzy coming out from the Barrage side. Just pistols, Tech-9 CZs, a little bit of Kevlar, a couple of smokes, but other than that, not much to work with. They're looking for a nice buy in the next round at the end of the day, which, well, gives SKUM Gaming a great chance to kind of take advantage and take a 10th round on the board. And for this, it might end up being Barrage's very disastrous half here, as double digits will close further and further towards that match point there. 9-2. NK getting a second. Muffin gets one more onto Velox, and now will once again retreat. Although NK will still go back for more. Smoke will go out and just about covers off the angle and straight through the smoke. Takes a headshot now. Barrage trying to find something. Neto will finally get a kill. Gets a second onto Filler at least. So making the round kind of expensive for the SKUM Gaming side. Nothing they can't come back from. But even so, Neto will have himself an M4 to play with in this round. Bomb in hand. Does he go for the plant or does he go for the save? I would assume he would go for a plant here as he is heading up towards middle. Spots out one more sprays, but isn't going to find it as Duck shuts him down for the 10th round on the board for SKUM Gaming. And Barrage, well, they need to find a third round here. It's just absolutely so crucial. And they will be back up for a bye, but they're just having a very hard time on this T side.
But the most essential portions of this T-side cobblestone have been there. Again, they've guided this aggressive B play. They've tried to hammer things home. They've slowed it down into executions and museum, and that's when the flank has been able to hit them. So it's just been SKUM Gaming one step ahead, time and time again. This time around, Barrage Esports going to favor the A site quite heavily. All 5 players just waiting for some kind of an aggressive peak from SKUM Gaming, but unfortunately for Barrage, SKUM will play a bit more passively. Duck is still down towards the bottom of A. Team Flash in, tries to take an initiative, but nothing is found. So no overly risky plays, no overzealous decisions. However, they are still ever present up close and personal. Duck will lie in wait. He has support not only from the man inside a connector, that's Filler, but also one player very much sectioned off towards long A in the form of NJ. NK.
AWP's up for both teams. Wong and Muffin will have a hold of that. And Muffin, well, he could be so deadly with his AWP. I haven't really known him to be much of an AWP player. But in this case, he's been blocking it pretty damn well, and I hope that he'll be able to do so some more. He'll hold out towards the long area, watching out for anyone from Barrage to go aggressive, and they're going to peek straight into his crosshair, take him down, instant shot. First shot comes in, and Wong has already fallen, an AWP out of play for Barrage, and nobody on their side looks confident enough to pick it up, and this round has already gone south here now. They will get the utility out for the execution. The Molotovs heading on through here. Still a shot comes in from Muffin. Neto takes him down. 2 players over towards the back of front that they're going to need to find. And Neto isn't going to spot out the information, but manages to land the one tap anyway. A Shank comes in, takes down Hawkins. Velox gets Filler, and Duck is going to be left alone in a 1 versus 4 for the sake of his team's 11th round. Barrage look to secure a third, finally on the board, but there's going to be a bit of a hard buy coming in from the SKUM Gaming side. They have lots of economy, so it should be good, but Duck, in this case, just nothing he can do. We'll have to back off. We'll have to look for the exits, and, well, that's all he's going to be able to find here. Gives away his position, tries to take a kill, isn't going to find it, and Velox is already in position to shut him down. So they will lose all 5 players, and Barrage will finally have their third buffer here on their T side.
I'm worried the Barrage might not actually be comfortable on this T side of Cobblestone. We've seen them take initiatives over towards the A site, but then I don't understand for what reason they decide to fall back. They have forward positionings. They're in a good spot to potentially still use their execute forward. I don't know. Maybe they don't have as clean of an execute on the A site as they do towards the B bomb site. But they have gotten themselves an opening frag because it was within the timing of the rotations that SKUM Gaming were able to shut down that last round, or at least try to on the B bomb site, ultimately losing in the end as Barrage really hammered their way through. A site seems a little bit different. They're wary, they're cautious. They get to this point here, exactly where they are, and have multiple times now disengaged. With a 2-man advantage and a kill over here towards the A site, maybe that's the trigger that they needed to really try and force the issue, to close a round out on the A-bomb site. But the CTs have rotated over, so their job might not be easy. Velox walking wide, goes down to the M4 of Hawkins, and now suddenly we've got Duck contemplating whether or not it really is A. And the T side doing the exact same thing. So still they spread thin. The bomb's still down. Minute to play. A lot of ambiguity in these rounds, Jay.
Yeah, it definitely keeps them on edge, and it keeps even the CT side from really figuring out where they need to be. Because, well, so far it will be Hawkins leaving the A site completely defenseless in a bid to, well, just bank on the fact that the bomb is heading over towards the B site. In this case, it's not. It's heading up towards middle, heading onto the A site. They're going to have to try and reset a very passive defense coming through. Hawkins up towards the balcony, watching out for anybody to cross. And it looks like he's not going to find anything for the time being, as they will be playing close range angles where their bomb might come into effect. Hawkins takes down Neto, but he's going to get traded out. Duck coming in onto Wong is going to be Shank that takes down Filler, and Peto gets Duck to close things out for the Barrage side. Nicely done. A 4th round coming in, and SKUM Gaming will be down to, well, very little economy. A force buy has to come through, but it should just be pistols, SMGs. A rifle does come out on NK, but other than that, that's all they have to work with for the defensive. So Barrage should secure themselves a very nice 5th, at the very least, for this T side, which overall I think has been kind of a disaster for the Barrage team.
Yeah, although they're starting to figure this one out. I mean, the previous round, we saw them in the exact same position, but this time they actually commit to the A-bomb site. And we saw SKUM Gaming rotate players to the B, trying to predict what had occurred in the previous round. So they're at the very least conditioning SKUM Gaming to rotate back to the B-bomb site. Is it too late as we are in the 15th round? Maybe. But we also saw SKUM come back from a 4-11 score earlier today, so I'm not counting anything out just as of yet. Not to mention, the buy here for the CT side, not looking all too good. We've got a triple pistol Mag 7 M4 buy-in with players very much positioned here towards the B-bomb site, but 2 players so far away. They're all the way at the end of extremity of long A. They're not even inside of connectors. So if Barrage Esports were to suddenly pull their trigger and puncture into the B-bomb site, CTs have their work set out for them.
Entering onto site, Velox takes down Duck. Nicely done. Hawkins chimes back and takes a very nice 2k. At least Pet will be able to trade it back to a 3-on-3 situation. And so far, SKUM, well, actually, this defensive hasn't even been that bad. They managed to get themselves 2 kills. They've got sort of Mag 7 in their hands, and Shank will be able to take down NK, so the rifle is out of play. But even then, SKUM have got some very nice positions. In particular, Filler, who was holding very close towards the edge of that smoke, takes down one, gets traded out to Mag 7 on Muffy. Let's see if he can try to find anything nice. Flick takes down Wong. Now going to go close range up against Peto, who will spray him down to just 19 HP. And the Tech 9 will finish it off, bringing a 5th round to the Barrage side. So it was close. They do cinch it by a thread.
That flying Mag 7 initiative to jump wide into highway like that. There was 2 shots that he got off, and honestly, looked as though he hit him quite significantly, but the edges of the rock and the ground picked up the most of the buckshot spread and kept Peto alive for his ability to clutch out that last round. So 5-10, a very convincing CT side from SKUM Gaming. Generally, if you have a CT side of that stature, then you should be able to close out the game. I mean, at this point, again, we're in the double digits territory where the pistol round can be a deciding factor in and of itself. This is, again, a very lopsided affair for SKUM that they could use to close the door and seal away a victory here to take the series 2-0. But it's all in the pistol. I'm very wary as to what they'll get done. At least we've already seen them with a very successful T side on Cash, so there's nothing to say that they shouldn't be allowed to do the exact same here on Cobble. And Muffin is playing lights out Counter-Strike, 21-9.
Yeah, definitely one of my highlight players from this map in particular. He's just going absolutely ham from the pistol round, from the word go. He's the top fragger of the server, the top fragger for his team. There's like a lot of kills that separates between him and Hawkins. Like that's insanity coming out from him. A great KD, a great contribution towards his team. SKUM Gaming have really taken a massive advantage going into this T side. So it will be 10-5 for them in this case, as now the buy up to the pistol round will come to be a very utility-based buy for SKUM. A smoke and 2 flashbangs on both Muffin and NK each. Barrage going to go with a defuse kit on Peto, a frag grenade for him as well. But other than that, lots of armor for the Barrage side, as they will hold close range to try and pick off members of SKUM Gaming, who will go for a very traditional B-side push. 3 players up towards long, 2 holding out towards the outside of Dragon Room and Long. as it will be early picks trying to be found here. It will be Filler that spots out 2, taps away, takes down Shanked, isn't going to find a second onto Wong. He'll back himself back into middle just in time, and now it's going to be Neto to find some headshots, takes down Duck. Velox is down to just 3 HP. We'll spot out some information. We're still going ballsy, and here come the smokes finally for this execution in a 4-on-4. Scum Gaming have a good advantage with the health on Barrage.
Flashbang's going to force back Velox as he sits on 3 HP, but the T-side's out. Velox awarded a kill as Hawkins never saw that coming. Muffin's going to try to transition into the A bomb site, so this is a nice little drop to A split. Quite tricky from Scum Gaming, and yet they have an anchor still positioned inside of drop down. Filler as well inside of mid's able to grab an additional frag before Velox takes in another. That's 2 kills he's found on 6 HP. When will this man die? Muffin very much isolated on the bomb site, seeing as it's a 1v2, but he has the health advantage. Velox tags him down and does enough damage for Neto to trade the frag. Barrage Esports finding the pistol. This is the start they needed. My goodness. Very close round. And I mean, if Velox isn't allowed to get 2 kills off 6 HP, who knows what could have happened. That was a very tricky play, though, from Scum Gaming. I think Barrage were very much caught off guard by that mid to A split.
Yeah, definitely a great pistol round coming in from the Barrage side. They needed that one to keep this one together. And, well, a great start for their CT side. Maybe we might be seeing another very, very close matchup like we saw over on Cash. Scum Gaming, with the bomb plant in the last round, of course, will have themselves just Deagle's upgraded pistols and not much more than that to go into this next round. Trying to find a couple of kills, a bit of damage on the Barrage side. Maybe a second bomb plant if they can find it, but... well, overall, they're not looking for a round win. They're looking for those AKs and the full rifle bar up in the next one. So this one should be a very simple round for Barrage. Hold out. Make sure nobody important gets killed like the Velox or one with the Scout and M4. And Scum Gaming will take things very, very slowly going into this one. Obviously not trying to give the game away too quick as Velox spots out 1. Not going to find all of it, though. Muffin, in meanwhile, is going to take 1 nice 1D, and Hawkins is going to get Velox. So suddenly, just like that, 2 nice pistol shots take Scum Gaming to a nice man advantage. And like I said, don't want to let those rifles drop. And guess what? They've just dropped 55 seconds on the clock now. Scum will formulate a push here.
They still just wait, though. 45 seconds. They're not willing to just execute forward. They want to make sure that they clear all the angles. Filler joining forces out here towards long A, but it's Barrage who's going to take the opening frag. Shank peeks wide and even gets himself back into safety. Not that it will matter all too much. Duck finding himself the return frag, but damage dealt. Filler sitting on only 2 health as they try to continue forward. There will be a flank, though. Hawkins coming in from the back line. He's going to spot the back of Pedo. Trigger controls. He takes the first, and the T side continue to aggress. Neto off of the ump and finding an additional kill, but suddenly it's all down to him. 1v3, and that is all she wrote. Scum Gaming, despite losing the pistol round, will bounce back on their feet using those deagles and upgraded pistols. They do prevail. 11-6, and that for Barrage Esports, it's got to be painful.
Definitely a very painful matchup for them, a very painful round loss because they had it in the bag. Like I said, it was very simple. Don't lose anybody that's important, and that's exactly what the first 2 picks were for Scum Gaming. They lost 2 rifles, and as a result, Scum are in a fantastic position for this next round. 3 AKs on the board, 2 UMPs. Barrage have nothing to work with, just Deagles, just CZs, and just USPs in this case, as it will be no armor, no utility, and just overall nothing in the way of advantage bringing stuff here for the Barrage side. We Velox that peeks out, gets taken down immediately by NK to start things off fantastically for Scum Gaming. The rest of Barrage should be rolled over for the rest of this round as Scum Gaming proving themselves dominant in this map up here. They will start to make their way on towards the B side as Hawkins just starts prodding at Matrix to find here.
Hawkins spots the man on the back of the rock. Wong gonna try to stay alive here as he does have support, and he hits himself a Juan Dig Pedo as well off of the CZ, finds the headshot, so the pistols are prevailing. Wong's gonna fight to take down an additional kill. It's all up to Shank, though. 1 versus 2. AK by his feet. Spots the T. No, he didn't see him. Somehow, some way, Muffin's allowed to escape without ever taking shots back in his return. 12-6 the score, as now Scum Gaming have doubled that of Barrage Esports. And Barrage Esports, still unable to get themselves into the rifle rounds, will have to bite the bullet. Pistols aplenty. A smoke, triple flash. Again, quite the minimum to work with, but at least a fighting chance.
This is getting extremely scary for Barrage right now because SKUM, they're only 3 rounds away from this map point, and as a result, they're going to probably be good away from taking 2-0 in this series, and this won't be great for Barrage as, well, they need some victories here. SKUM very close to tying up their victory count with the Barrage side and taking their position here in the leaderboard, so for them, a very scary set of circumstances, but they will start things off against the pressure, taking down Muffin to start things off, and Peto's going to have a very easy kill onto NK, so SKUM's form suddenly takes a dip as they lose the first 2 picks of this round, and 3 AKs are left in play with Hawkins on 9 HP to try and get themselves together what looks to be a rotation over towards the A site, and Barrage will already read it. 2 players on their way, arriving to set up form, an AK in the hands of Peto. There is no Kevlar, but this is definitely very durable for this CT side, as SKUM will split their way over to A.
We got Neto just jump peeking it from the back of the platform, and then Peto in the back of the site anchoring very much with the AK. Now, if Neto's able to draw the attention away from back plat, then this AK could swing wide and deal a world of hurt to these 3 terrorists. Seeing, of course, as Hawkins is currently lit, Duck will be planting the bomb. So if Hawkins is one of the players with a gun out and he goes down with ease, then Peto's play could be massive. But here comes the frag grenade. They're checking the back. Neto's actually going to take one off with the pistol. He takes a second. It's all just down to Hawkins, and the AK from the back of the site prevails. A superb round from Barrage Esports with 5 players up at the end of that one. I mean, I thought really there that the AK on Peto was going to be the key factor, but no, Neto off the P250 is able to take down 2 frags, stops them in their tracks. They're not able to cross, not even able to bomb plant. So clearly, economic difficulties will be faced by SKUM Gaming here in the 20th round. Barrage putting up a fight, not going down just yet.
Fantastic from them. I said the pressure was starting to get to them, and maybe that might be the ultimate result of that. I mean, a pistol round going towards their favour, an eco round picked back against SKUM. That's a great start to start rolling their way onto what could be a very good comeback. 3 AKs in their favour, as SKUM will have a P250 and a UMP along the 3 that they bought up now. They will start to enter on towards the B site to get the bomb down. Velox is holding close at the edge of the smoke, takes down Muffin, looks for the second spray onto Hawkins, will take it 3, looks for the 4th tap, but he isn't going to find it as Filler shuts him down. Neto comes back onto Duck, leaves Filler alone in a 1 versus 4, starts things off at the very least taking down Peto, but the rest of Barrage knows where he is, and for him it will be a very difficult task up ahead of him. Looking out for Wong, trying to see if he can spot anybody on the site. He does see a shoulder peek, but he isn't going to bite the bullet just yet. 50 seconds, he has the bomb in the hand, a little bit of time to work with, but his health is a little bit more finite as the match pause does come in. I'm not sure who that's from. It will be a 3 versus 1, and Filler just stalking and holding out for time, trying to see if he can try and force Barrage into some sort of mistake. It's not happening so far, as Wong is just looking for that final 1 tap of the round to close it out for his favour. Here we go. Filler trying to do some work here. Takes down Wong to start things off. 2 versus 1 now. And 1 shot is all that's needed to shut him down. They're not landing it. It's still 9 HP. He's going to creep his way onto the side. He might just be able to take down Neto. Spots him down. I think he's going to go for the bomb plant instead. But Neto's in such a great position as well, waiting for it. He knows he's got to come through. The grenade will do some serious damage, but won't take him down. And now the bomb plant has to come in. He's going to actually tap it. He's looking for the kills, and it will be shanked. That finally shuts him down. It took him a long time, but it finally got there, and Barrage will at least lose 3 players here as the pause does come in. Let's talk about this one for a second.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pause from SKUM. This makes sense, seeing as they are back into the 2K mark. So they're going to buy a couple pistols this round. They'll have something to play with before they come back into a buy. So this is a great time to take a pause, seeing as you can discuss 2 rounds within 1 pause in and of itself. 2 rounds where you can do 2 entirely different things. Seeing as they're on the pistol, I very much think that they should try to transition back into this B-site split. I haven't seen all too convincing of a hold from Barrage, really. However, they do have so much utility that knowing that they are coming back versus pistols, they could easily just Molotov off the sections, use the frag grenades to keep them back, and then once the CTs have themselves in those deep positions, back towards Chicken Coop, back behind the statue, the M4s should be able to prevail. Alternatively, SKUM Gaming could try to go back into that A split from drop down that we saw. That worked out quite successfully in previous rounds. And since we do have Barrage Esports playing CT players near the connector and near the balcony, well, you know when you drop your pistols that you could catch them up close and personal, as opposed to having to take a fight with, say, an anchor inside the A side or somebody out towards the stables near Long A. SKUM Gaming, if they've realized these things, should be able to piece together a nice little eco here before they get back into the gun rounds, in which case, I'm not sure what they'll be facing. Barrage have been very much all over it.
Yeah, SKUM Gaming now with another eco. That should be... Oh, no, I was going to say they might have forced it together, but by the looks of things, they're not going to be able to do so. In fact, I mean, I'm actually quite excited to see how this pistol round, how this eco round does go to this T side, because we've seen both teams manage to get some very surprising rounds out and some very surprising results as a result. So 12-8 here, SKUM Gaming now going to make their way towards the middle and long areas of the A site. 3 players over towards long. It looks like it's going to be very fast plays, trying to see if they can get right up in the face of Barrage Esports. They're going to read it pretty well here, as they've already set themselves up to be dealing with long-range angles. This deagle from Filler is going to be crucial, as they will start to enter Shanked all the way outside. We'll spot out the information, we'll hear him out, and spraydowns will come in from his teammate over towards the 8 site so far. And, well, SKUM just so far pulling a sight, looking for that first pick. They will need it for this round.
SKUM Gaming going to leave one anchor over here towards the A side. So Filler... Now, okay, we've seen SKUM Gaming do this, where they go early on to the A bomb site, and then they would rotate back to B. They'd trick the rotation from Barrage Esports, and then ultimately execute into the A bomb site. Leaving Filler in this position does exactly that. When the terrorists decide to split into either drop down or B, deciding on where they want to go, because they could still theoretically come drop down to A bomb site, then this is when Filler needs to strike. He needs to hit them on the rotation. Velox is going to find that opening frag, though.
Oh,
oh my goodness. Never mind.
Good spray.
There's no round to play here, Jay. That spray was disturbingly accurate. 3 players dropped out in a single magazine of the M4A1S. I mean, it's all obviously versus unarmored opponents, but still... That was nice. Great positioning. They try to split the B-bomb site. Doesn't work out. Barrage just had to wait, and they held the line. Now, it's the gun round.
Yeah, they held the bottleneck, and that, at the end of the day, just shut down whatever SKUM had in mind. They will not have any chance to make that eco work. Instead, they're going to have the full AKs for this next round, and no bomb plant will put them in a very shaky economical situation. So for Barrage, this can be very good to set up a nice comeback. Once again, Hawkins takes down Velox to start things off. And not a very good start for the CT side. SKUM Gaming will at least get... Actually, Hawkins traded out, so Pato with some good peaks. A very nice headshot does come through, and SKUM will once again hold their tongue and hoping for a chance of mistake from the Barrage side. But well, by the looks of what this team have been able to bring to the CT side, it doesn't look like they're going to bite that one. Instead, SKUM Gaming will have to formulate another good push, another good execution, which so far in this half, they've only been able to manage a couple here, as it is just 2 rounds on the board for them so far. In this 12-9 situation here, Barrage, 2 players on the B site. SKUM looks like they're setting out towards outside long, a very standard execution on the B site. It will be smokes and flashbangs that will rain on towards the site here. Only Neto and Peto to defend. As here we go, SKUM Gaming, flashbangs, smokes. Here they come, 35 seconds on the clock. This has to be a fast take coming in from the T side.
Now, Peto's attention is being drawn towards drop down, but you can see how he needs to keep his eyes as well over towards the platform. So, numbers disadvantage here going to be working into the favor of the T side, but Wong with support from the doorway finds the first. Duck's going to clear out one, and Filler takes the next. Suddenly, the terrorist side should be able to get themselves this bomb plant, but oh, Filler caught mid-jump, nearly goes down there to the op shot of Wong. The bomb will be planted safely, secured behind the statue. 2 versus 3, and a potential flank from Duck, or at least just an anchor. He could flirt with the opportunity to get behind these players if he so chooses, but at the same time, he can now hear them pushing forward. So he's going to call that information to his team. We've got NK over here in the corner, and then Filler actually standing on the bomb. So the CTs, no sir. They've decided to tuck tail. They're going to go for the save here. They've got an op, AK, and armor to keep grandfathered into the next one. Smart decision making, and allows for SKUM Gaming to get into the 13th round now. Excuse me. Yes, their 13th round. Barrage have been stopped at 9, just short of double digits, but luckily for them, their economy is still going to be looking very healthy, especially as they save these 2 weapons.
But as like they pick one, they take down NK, so that's going to put SKUM Gaming. Like we said, the economy is looking kind of shaky, and well, as a result, in this next buy, this could be a very nice reset coming in from the Barrage side. We will see how they do turn out with things. So it looks like it will be once again a full buy coming through. AKs for everybody. Muffin's actually going to go with Deagle for this one. So yeah, that's last pick, that edge stick frag, is going to work out extremely well for the Barrage side. As Muffin, the main fragger, the main man for the SKUM Gaming side, dropping 27 kills in this map, is going to be very, very limited with what he can do. As they do set up for another frag, another execution here. Molotov, it's going to be quick, very early seconds in the round. They don't even spot out Velox, who will take down the first. Looks for the second and sprays down Muffin. He's taken straight out of the action. 3 on 5. 5 situation. Filler finally going to try and back, but the damage has been more than done. As actually NK going to take down Peto. It's a 3 versus 3 situation. There's going to be Duck sitting over towards drop down, watching out for anybody that might come his way. Grenade will tag him down a little bit. Bomb gets planted, and this is a very doable retake for the Barrage side. They're already on site. They're already watching out for any backstabs. And SKUM Gaming will lock out their angles, expecting Barrage for a very standard retake here. There's going to be NK pushing around the side. Spots out one. Wong can't land the AWP shot, but we'll expect the second cross will take down. Oh, well, actually Duck will get that kill. Actually, Wong with 2 nice kills right there. And actually, Barrage come back with them with 3 very quick kills come in. And a 10th round on the board for their CT.
Not only a 10th round on the board, but another full economic reset versus SKUM Gaming. Oh, that's the exact outcome they needed, and still with 2 players surviving on Barrage, their money's going to be fine. Peto's down to 2.7. We had seen them, of course, save multiple rounds before, and here they are, still being able to keep their economy afloat, putting SKUM Gaming into a difficult position in the Kevlar Tech 9 buy down. But they've got the double smoke, they've got the double flash, and by the way that they're already treading out towards the A-bomb site, looks as though they could go for a fast execution. The flash into lower, they need to smoke off connector door, smoke off the cross to the site, and get themselves in there. First player goes down, Filler drops up close and personal versus Shank, who swaps.
Oh!
Wong takes 1, Shank takes 4, the double USPS headshot, back-to-back bullets. That was disgusting.
Good God almighty. That is a kind of play you need to bring Barrage back into this one. 13-11 now. They have really set themselves up with a fantastic comeback on their hands now. Full buy coming in for the Barrage side. SKUM with a Tech 9 on Duck. And, well, once again, we're in this situation where they're at a significant disadvantage. They're going to go fast play towards B site once again. They need to catch them off guard, and they need to get these first few picks, and they need to get them fast here. 4 players stacking up towards Matrix. Bomb is in with them. There is Duck setting up a nice backstab. Once again, he's been trying that several times, but it's not worked out to his favor. Peto and Velox start things off, get 2 kills. Hawkins trades 1 back for a 2 versus 1. The bomb gets planted, and Barrage in a very good retake situation. It will be Neto getting 1. Filler spots out 1, takes down Neto, looks for his second behind the rock, but he's not going to find it. It's a 2 versus 3 as Duck's also fallen across the map, and now it's going to be Hawkins with a spray down, takes 1. Wong with an AWP and 1 HP on Hawkins. Is he going to find this clutch? I don't think he can, but it's still going to be Shank moving on through, can't land his shots. He only needs to find 1, and Hawkins backing himself off will pop flash his way out of contention. There goes the Molotov, and the Tech 9 coming out for Hawkins. It's not going to happen today. Shank takes him down, and it will be 12 rounds to 13. Barrage, a fantastic comeback, is going to put it back to a 1-round deficit here. SKUM Gaming on the brink of getting tied up here.
We've got ourselves another incredibly close map. Barrage somehow finding life in them. I mean, the early reset on the pistol round, I mean, the fact that they lose the second round in this half and then are still able to bounce back and now deal economic damage to their opponent, find these incredibly close clutch rounds. This is superb CS coming out of Barrage Esports. It's convincing at that, but 1 player survived that last round, and so economically speaking, they're not in the best of positions. If SKUM Gaming can put a couple onto the board, Barrage, they're going to be quite emptied out, but now for the time being it is just pistols, so who can talk about economies? SKUM Gaming definitely facing the brunt of this scenario. NK already dropping down, but it's Duck inside a connector to find himself the headshot. Peto's going to spawn back to the 4 versus 3 here as NK crosses the door, gets his hand on the M4, and what is Wong doing? He's all alone inside a connector up close with the op. He drops that, and suddenly there is 3 primaries in the hands of SKUM Gaming in a 3 versus 3 situation. As they push forward onto the A-bomb site, they will find a 3v1. They need to clear the site, and they do. They plant the bomb, and suddenly it is a 3 versus 2 after plant, with the CT side already trying to push the issue by executing forward. Velox finds the first. Hawkins takes back the trade frag. Peto peeks wide to the APC, but SKUM Gaming have done it. Another round on the board when they shouldn't have a fighting chance. 14-12 now the score, and it's up to Barrage to stop them here and now.
Oh my God, just when you thought Barrage were on the cusp of bringing it back to an even scoreline, they're going to lose one and be back to very low amounts of economy. Just $450 in the bank at maximum on individual players. They're on the M4s. The AWP's been recovered by SKUM Gaming, and this could be the round that seals the deal once again for Barrage. 14-12, SKUM Gaming on the cusp here. 1-round victory and an eco for the CTs would put SKUM a very fantastic chance to take this one all the way over the line now. They'll set themselves up, pick play, contact play. Hawkins going aggressive, seeing if he can't find anything with this Galil. I don't think he spotted out Velox. And so far, so good from SKUM with the map control. No bomb commitment to either site here. All the T-side players all just once again try and prompt out a mistake coming in from the Barrage side. Two players pushing into Matrix, some utility trying to force the issue once again, but Velox gets tagged away, and there's Hawkins with the great read, takes him down through the chicken coop. Now Wong trying to rotate on through, takes down the first, looks for the second, and he will find it with tag damage coming in from Peto. 3 versus 4 in this situation here. There's 2 players tagged down for the Barrage side, so this could be lined up very, very well for the SKUM Gaming side as Neto gets filler. Muffin trades it back out, but it's still the advantage of Barrage Esports as Neto brings this one back into contention for the 13th. Barrage up against Duck, 1 versus 3. And it will be Neto that sprays away but isn't going to land the shots. The AWP in play. 1 shot. He needs to find 3. 25 seconds on the clock, and SKUM Gaming have lost the bomb to CT control. So Duck has to contemplate his options, and it looks like his option is going to be to save. Barrage have done it once again, holding together a 13th round for their CT side off the back of a thread play there. 3 players stay alive, and SKUM are going to lose 1 and be back to a 1-round deficit lead, 14 to 13 rounds.
I mean, Barrage have managed to survive the storm. Time and time again, SKUM Gaming have gotten themselves into an opening opportunity, but ultimately it's this B site rotation that's been able to hold the line. It's crossing to the bomb site that we haven't really seen SKUM been able to piece together. And if you think back at the T side of Barrage towards that B bomb site, again, that one really nice set piece with the smokes and Molotov. Have we seen anything like that from SKUM Gaming? No. They're trying to go on the fly utility usage, smoke the cross as they execute, Molotov out chicken coop while they push forward. And while these sorts of plays can work, it seems as though Barrage on their rotation have just able to piece together these 1-2K spray downs and really just kind of put a stop to the SKUM Gaming pain train. They've been shut out of the cross multiple times, coming out of drop down as well. They get anchored, they get slowed down, and then the remainder of Barrage are able to rotate over to close out rounds. It's been really nice to watch, actually, as Barrage have been able to weather another storm. It's another reset. Here's the situation. SKUM Gaming with an op in the hands of Duck. Pistols for everybody else, but absolute minimum. They are not going to be favored in this situation, and Barrage Esports' money as well is quite incredibly low. So this is a very back and forth game. We've seen them do less with more. Vice that backwards. It is Peto with the AK. Takes the first, takes the second, looks for more. He finds the third. Down to 4 HP is shanked with the M4, is able to drop another frag. Duck on his lonesome. Op shot connects. 45 seconds left to play and 3 targets to find.
Oh man, Barrage once again back on the cusp of bringing it to evens here. Duck's got no bomb control. He's got to find these 3 kills once again. Velox playing behind the rock. Peto knows where he is, and he's spraying away with the information given to him. Velox is still going to try challenge, see if he can take the issue, and there it is right there. Headshot comes through. Duck falls, and Barrage will even things up to 14 to 14. Next round takes match point here. Will it be SKUM or will it be Barrage? We'll find out in just a moment here. It's going to be the M4 and AWP buy up from the Barrage side. An AK recovered for Velox and 3 AKs, a UMP and a Tech 9 for SKUM Gaming. This is going to be a difficult round by comparison on paper. And SKUM will need to find this one if they want any chance here, because their economy has been spent. Actually, it's vice versa for the Barrage side, so this round could be the one that decides it all here. 14 to 14, round 29 here on Cobblestone. SKUM versus Barrage. This one is for the series.
So much riding on this round. Barrage already anchored 2 players into long A, 3 players out towards the B bomb site, and SKUM Gaming not looking to take any over-aggressions. Just going to feel out both sides of the map. They'd gone out towards platform, saw that there was no contest from Barrage, and have now worked their way back to the A site. Barrage still going to hold 3 players into B, but now because of the utility presence, they are going to fall their 2 A players back to the bomb site, but they're going to be stuck here. They can't get back into the safety of the site, but they also can't push long because there's a player there. This could be it. Duck's able to find the headshot. Down goes Shank. Barrage, Wong, you got to come up big. First man crosses, but he misses the shot. Comes out wide, takes down 1. Hawkins responds back, and Duck does the same to the 4v2. It is just going to be down to Neto and Velox in an opportunity to retake the site. They do still have utility to play, but Muffin's so close, right in the face of Neto as he peeks wide from the bout. He should go down. The headshots found, and suddenly it looks as though SKUM Gaming have secured overtime.
Oh my god. This is so back and forth. We haven't seen a whole lot of consecutive rounds during this last half here. It's been mostly towards the Barrage side, but SKUM Gaming once again back against it. Will recover an M4 and bring themselves a 15th round. They've got overtime at least. And like I said, with the current economical situation in the Barrage side, losing a round here will reset them. They're not going to have a whole lot of money going into this next one. So this might just be game right here with just at the most 43.50 on one player. It is going to be an extremely difficult round for the Barrage side here. 15-14. AK is getting brought up by the SKUM side. Barrage with the force buy of their own. AK, M4, CZs, 5-7s. It's going to be the last chance saloon for this CT side here. SKUM Gaming set themselves up for what could be their series, what could be their map here on Cobblestone. Early aggression out towards the Matrix area. Smokes, Molotovs, flashbangs, all to set up an execution and early fast play, which has worked for them so far so well during this matchup here. It's going to be very quick play on towards the site. It's going to be up to Neto, up to Velox to try and clutch together a beautiful overtime right here. As Petto's actually going to go aggressive. He's going to take down one, almost drops the bomb planter, runs out of ammo at the last part. It's going to be Filler that takes him out of the action. 4-on-4, and Duck's just faking a plant, trying to see if they can get 2 more kills. And Muffin, it's going to be 3 coming in for Velox, and a 4th for Barrage. Come back together, and they bring themselves overtime by the skin of their teeth. Velox with a fantastic spray down keeps it together for the CTs.
Oh my god.
It's been the phrase of the cast.
That 4K from Velox. I mean, okay, so I was just criticizing how SKUM Gaming hadn't gone into that B-side execution using their smokes, using the mollies, and sure enough, that's what they throw out in that round. They use the wall of smokes, they're able to transition into the bomb site. I mean, they have players on Chicken Coop, 2 on site, 1 player even falling back into platform because they were so certain that they had secured the bomb plant. They had so sure that their job had been done on the execution and that it was up to now Barrage to come back into the bomb site. But the smokes began to fade because the CZ play from, I believe, Petto or Neto, one of the two, comes flying through the smoke off of the flash, and we see his CZ just run out of ammo at the very last moment. Could have gotten 2 frags himself. That in and of itself slowed down the entire execution long enough for Velox to be in the best spot possible. The smoke to the right fades, sprays through, gets 2, smoke to the left fades, combines for the last. A 4K to his name in the 30th round of the map. My goodness.
You can't deny how brilliant that was from the Barrage side. Like you said, Petto with that CZ taking down as many as he is, taking down just a single 1 player, slowing down SKUM for a little bit there, and then just Velox with what was a beautiful spray down. You couldn't have seen it go any better, and as a result, Barrage will be up for round 15. An overtime situation here on Cobblestone. It's going to be, well, I think will be a very nice series coming out here. It's going to be good. I'm absolutely speechless for the end of that one. Good stuff coming on through. We are almost ready to go into our overtime. I think we're just waiting for the players to ready themselves up, and once we are, I mean, I'm really excited to see what these guys do bring out here. MR6 or MR3. So I think we should be very interested in seeing how this one goes.
Is it MR3 10K? Or MR3 16K?
I think it's 10K.
Do you happen to know? 10K?
I do believe it's 10K.
Right.
That's how we do it in the UK scene.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I think most are. It's... See, now here, so there's a conversation to have even with MR3 10K, right? And that's that if you're not, as a CT side, if you lose your first 2 rounds, then generally your 3rd round, you're not coming into it with any money. You have that armor, that pistol play. And what we haven't really seen was a strong economic situation from SKUM Gaming's T side. They continuously got reset. They very rarely found consecutive rounds, barring the time that they were able to upset in the second of the half. When you take into all that into consideration, it's crazy to think that they're going to be starting this one off with $16,000 and 3 rounds straight from the get-go to potentially put numbers up. So we'd really seen kind of lackluster T-sides from both of these teams, 10-5 being the scoreline on both situations. And yet now, all of that economic gameplay, it's down the drain. Doesn't matter. This is a fresh start for SKUM Gaming to get at this T side. And we just saw a great execution into the B bomb site. It's just that Velox single-handedly wins that round. There's no arguing that. If he's not there, if he doesn't come up big, then SKUM Gaming had that in the bag and they would have closed out yet another map at 16-14. So I'm incredibly excited to see what they throw our way, because it seemed like they were starting to get their footing underneath them as far as the T side goes, and now they'll have ample opportunity to do such with 5 AKs and a full set of utility on all 5 of their players.
Well, we're almost ready to get started with this overtime, just waiting for one of the Barrage players to reconnect and get themselves back onto the server so we can take this one back. But meanwhile, in other news, Muffin has hit himself the 30 bomb, the 30k coming in for the SKUM player. He's been pretty nutty, showed up a little bit less in that second half, but managed to find his 30 bomb at the end of it. Velox is well on his way as well with 3 kills and 3 kills to go. And I mean, after that 4k, you got to admit that he's probably been the star player for Barrage so far.
Yeah, I mean that's play the map thus far. The moment any multi-frag happens in the 30th round of Force Overtime, that's gold in my books. Again, just huge play. I can't believe the smokes faded in such a timely fashion for him to get those kills. It was so crucial. What's interesting to see is that Wong is going to go for the AWP straight out the gates, and there is no op on the side of SKUM Gaming. So I think we might actually see SKUM Gaming, based on this current buy down, just transition back into those execution pieces. If you have your 5 AKs, then you should be going for those fast unit plays. When you go out, you exit as a team, and you just make sure you take those trade frags. Because let's be real, had a trade been found on Velox, then they win this game, and we're done with this best of 2. But if that's the strength that they're going to be trying to rely on, then this gives Wong a situation where he needs to be cautious, because he can get overwhelmed. And we've seen it happen multiple times. Over towards Stable on A site, the time he misses that first shot, peeks wide and gets the second at the very least. Again, overwhelmed by multiple players. There was an additional round where he had rotated into connector from the A site, walks into the doorway, and is presented 3 targets directly in front of him. Again, overwhelmed. So for him to continuously buy an AWP, an MR3 16K, and not only that, but on the opening round of the CT half, while he is 18 and 24, I don't know. I think the rifle gameplay can really be argued for on Cobblestone, and we'll see if he can put it up. But if these AKs and team play just continues to shine through from SKUM Gaming, I think Wong's going to have a bit of a tricky play to deal with.
Yeah, SKUM Gaming opting for generally not very much of an AWP play, very many AWP setups during the series. So, I mean, it makes sense for them to go for those AK buys. It plays better into their hand overall. So, once again, like you said, setting up for executions. Hawkins in particular going aggressive out towards B site. Matrix takes down Velox to start things off, and already the power player of the end of regulation is already out of play for the Barrage side. A 4-on-5 first bit goes towards the SKUM Gaming side, and now it looks like, well, they will just prod away. They have control of the pacing of this round here, so they will rotate their 3 players back over towards the A site, where, well, it's only Shanked to be dealing with any kind of aggression from this T side, and this could be very, very horrible for this CT Barrage. 1 minute to go now. 3 players on B, 1 rotating back very, very slowly here. So SKUM Gaming need to capitalize pretty quickly, and they will do so. Takes down Shank, but he's at least going to get some shots off on Muffin. 16 HP on him. The 31st kill in this matchup for him. They now will start to move their way. Behind the APC is 1 on Peto. Takes down 1. Looks for the second. Looking for the third on to Duck, and he will take him down. Fila will trade it out back to a 2-on-2, but there's 1 more shot coming in from Neto. Takes him down. NK drops the bomb and has it. Oh, sorry, he picks up the bomb, excuse me, and drops Peto, leaving Wong in a 1-on-1 situation with the AWP. NK has already run his way back over to Dragon Room. He's got 20 seconds, so this is going to have to be a very fast rotation. He can't stop, he can't fake, and Wong has to stop him if he wants to try and keep this round together. 10 seconds now. It looks like the bomb will be able to go down because Wong hasn't rotated alongside NK, and the retake on this B site will come in from Wong in a 1-on-1 AWP. Not the best weapon to be using, but he's going to stick it, expecting NK to cross, which he will not do so now.
NK decides to go for the chicken coop after plant. Bomb currently planted in the open, though. You can see how Wong's attention's trained out towards long A. He's going to clear out all the corners, not going to spot anything as of yet, so it only makes sense to start fixating on the chicken coop. Pounds around through the wall, nothing found except for a kill to the name of NK. That will be it. A round in the bag for SKUM Gaming. 16-15 as they start off the overtime here and now. And again, that's a AWP hitting the dirt for Wong. $5,500, and he buys in. So if they lose this round, he will have absolutely nothing to play off of in the following one. There is a lot of pressure on Barrage Esports to win this round here and now if they want to contest this overtime.
And that's the risk you take buying in as an AWP player in overtime, especially with 10k MR3. This one could slip so far away from them just because of that. The AWP will still come out from Wong. he will still try and make it work, but so far he's been very low impact. He's on the bottom of the scoreboard for his team, so I would say try switch things out in the next half if you can, because if they lose this one, then it could end up going very easily towards Scum Gaming or double overtime. First pick takes down Velox. Neto's going to come around the side and take down one, but Hawkins quick to trade. Very low amounts of HP on Scum Gaming, particularly Filler and Hawkins, so they've got to hold those close range angles and try not to take aggressive fights here. It's going to be Hawkins that peeks out anyway, takes down Wong, so the AWP is out of play once again. Investment lost, but Shanks comes in with 2 nice kills. 1, in fact, through the blindness of a flashbanger. 2-on-2 situation. It favors Barrage by health by a slight amount. Will it make a difference? That is the question, as Petto's now going to peek on through towards Matrix. He knows one is there. It's going to be Filler that goes away and plays Ringer Rosie's back behind the other side of drop down. The defuse is going to get tapped, and he's going to be able to find one. It's going to be Duck that goes falling, and now Filler in a one-on-one of his own. All up to Petto for the Barrage side to keep it together. He's going to tap the bomb and slip the defuse this time and take the kill, but does he have enough time? This is going to be very, very close. I think he just about does. Yes, he does. Barrage even things up once again to 16-16.
My goodness, the defuse. That's a pretty ambitious wide peek by the last terrorist player. I mean, you think Filler, he has the audacity to not peek the first time. Pros don't fake, and yet he just waits, holds it. Good as good. But then, of course, it's the second tap. It's the tap that could have put it into the basket that he jiggle peeks out with only 1 second being in the defuse. Had he waited another 2 seconds patiently and peeks out wide, then the CT has to stop, take the shot, and that defuse cannot be had. That's just a bit of situational jitters, seeing as he was in a high-octane position. And it's unfortunate for him that he's unable to close the round, but fortunate for Barrage Esports that they will get their buy back underneath them, an op in the hands of Wong. And famous for Neto, but for the majority, it is upgraded rifles through and through. They've got 1 smoke still to play, quadruple flashbang setup, so clearly Scum Gaming have the advantage of utility in this situation, and as they gear themselves up towards the A site, they should certainly employ these nades. Smoke off your connectors, smoke off the APC cross, Molotov back fence, do whatever you have to do to ensure, of course, that you can take the bomb site with as little casualties as possible, because you're already playing at a 4v5 disadvantage.
Scum will now execute on towards A. Filler starts things off, takes down Shank, but NK is going to get dinked down to 26 HP, a 4-on-4 situation. The AWP from Petto still isn't chiming on through, and Wong is going to get taken down. So Scum once again walk in with a very nice advantage. 4-on-3 situation. The flashbangs will try to enter onto the site, but Filler's going to take down Neto. Petto and Velox with 2 nice kills very quickly, but Duck comes in with 2 of his own, and 17-16 will end off the half. The first half of the first overtime here to the favor of Scum Gaming, 17-16.
Now the big question remains, Barrage, they're going to switch over to the T side. They haven't been here for so long that it is going to be a complete and utter clean slate for them to play with. Again, we saw promising things from their T side. We saw that execution piece into the B site. We saw that long A lurk with the possibility of that sneaky beaky bomb plant. But for the most part, it was Scum Gaming shutting them out. And it was really up to Muffin at the beginning of that CT half who really hammered things home. So do we see that performance yet again here in these last 3 rounds? Time will tell. But either way, Scum Gaming have been able to put themselves 2 rounds to the lead. So they're going to be looking for that sweet 19 to close things out. Barrage still in this.
Indeed, and with players now starting to step up, we're seeing another 30 bomb out from Petto. He's on 32 kills. He's matched Muffin, and after such a long time, especially with Muffin exploding straight out of the gate, you've got to imagine that Barrage have started to step up their game here. On their T side now, this is where they were their weakest, of course. Question is, will that be the same for 3 rounds here, for 2 rounds if Scum manage to get their way? 5 M4s coming out for the CT side, and Barrage will opt for the AWP on Wong. Again, a very confusing play. I'm not sure whether he can be able to work this as well as we think he can. So other than that, full set of utility for everybody else. Actually, Scum opting for a little bit less, I do think, unless those smokes were just used. But so far, well, Barrage will set themselves up for very standard angles. Look for that first pick, prod out a mistake. And so far, Scum, well, actually, there is a decent amount of potential for that. We've got 2 players over towards Matrix, Hawkins, and Duck. And if one player can go aggressive through that smoke, then they could at least get Hawkins before he's traded at the very least. If not, manage to connect to Spray. If it is Velox, of course, with that huge 4K earlier on in this matchup. But Barrage now taking it very, very slowly, of course. No mistakes can come out from this T side because, well, I mean, that might just spell the end for them with heavy investment in rounds. A minute to go now. It looks like their play is going to be the B execution.
SKUM could be burned alive here. They do have Molotovs to play off of, so Barrage, what they should do is take platform control before they try to use this wall of smokes, because there could be a response back here and now. Veloc's going to keep his attention trained in that direction. They still haven't checked the back corner. Duck goes down. Pedo finds the trade frag, but still, this man is standing. Here comes Hawkins. He only drops one. Shanked is able to deal some damage back in return to the 3v3. Wall of smokes, the utility, is going to ensure absolutely a potential bomb cross, but no, Muffin here peeking wide. He takes the fight before they get the chance, and now the bomb goes down. Shanked on 13 points of health in the 1v2, just can't do it, and it will be SKUM Gaming to find a CT round. That is the one they needed. Either of these next two go their way, and this game is over. Unfortunately for Barrage Esports, they weren't able to pick up an opening kill off of that AWP, and they had to play slowly because of it. You don't want to rush the issue when you're not playing 5 AKs, and now yet again, they've put themselves in that exact same scenario. So do they try to really hammer this out towards the B site, or should they keep their eyes pried towards A? I think they should at least contemplate it, seeing as the B site's not going to work out to that op style. Not versus SKUM Gaming, who are pushing these bomb sites, who are pushing through smokes and really playing aggressive Counter-Strike at this very moment. They've got a minute 30 to do it, but this is it, here and now. No more chances.
Barrage need to find the next two rounds, like you said. It's no more chances, it's do or die, and it will be NK that starts things off to the advantage of the SKUM side. Peto at least trades him out. Very nicely done to a 4-on-4 situation. There's two players holding the angles. Muffin holding aggressive over towards long. There's also Filler holding back behind the APC on the A side. It will be Velox that takes the first, starting things off nicely once again for Barrage. 3-on-4 situation. And they will have a nice man advantage going into this next one. So SKUM, they got to land their heads, they got to land their sprays, they got to land their shots if they want to take this 19-16 and close this one out finally, because they have got another match coming up, of course, later on throughout the night. 40 seconds now. Barrage look to set themselves up once again for the A site here. I do believe there's actually utility being tossed over towards the drop-down area and trying to like prompt out some sort of a mistake from SKUM to rotate to B site. I don't think it's worked because there is one player still sitting in towards Connector, as now the rest of the utility will be used to smoke out Connector and to smoke out the rest of the angles of the SKUM Gaming hold. Here we go. Last chance for Barrage. Filler already in position. Duck's going to get burnt alive. And now 4 players will now make their way on towards site. Duck spots out the first, but Wong with the AWP peeks out and shuts him down. Shank spots out the last. Oh, he almost pulls out the bomb, but Filler doesn't spot him out. It's going to be the kill coming in, and Hawkins in a 1 versus 4 is going to get stabbed in the back by Velox, who takes a very nice spray headshot. And the 17th round for the Barrage side will go to their favor now. SKUM still at the advantage, but definitely a chance for a second overtime from Barrage, as they will buy the AWP once again. And SKUM will be back to the full M4 buy-ups on their CT side. Actually, a 5-7 coming out from Duck may be a small chink in the armor for this CT.
You can see how Barrage are already gearing themselves back up into the A-bomb site. That is where they found this round. That's where they've had success. And it all comes off of the back of isolating NK out from the suicide stairs. The moment he gets 1 frag, he is quickly traded out. 4 versus 4. The T side slows down. There was still presence for SKUM Gaming out towards the B site because, again, it's so hard for a counter-terrorist to find information. You can never be entirely certain of your setup unless you go for something crazy like pushing into Museum or pushing out into Long A. And it's those sorts of risks that they weren't willing to take ultimately lends itself to Barrage's execution forward. Again, Wong hitting an op shot to clear the player off of sight, and of course it helps when Hawkins doesn't spot the player directly next to him. So 5v5 still standing as we hit that minute mark. Muffin gonna get flashbanged into the bottom of mid, goes wide for the peak. Boss 1 takes the first frag, but Wong up close hits the op shot. That was key. The T side looking to disengage at this point, grab the bomb and potentially head out towards the B site. There is still options open on the table, but the time is continuing to dwindle as we hit the 40-second mark.
And SKUM Gaming will set themselves up 2 for 2 on either site. So ultimately, at the end of the day, Barrage will have to face the same amount of resistance from the CT side, no matter what side they hit. But they're going to have to go quick, though. Here we go. 25 seconds. There will be some utility tossed over towards the B site. Flashbangs. Hawkins going to get flashed away and mollied away back up towards Matrix. He's going to have to take a couple of key kills. Takes the first, sprays onto the second. And look at this, 15 seconds. It's going to be Barrage held back a little bit more as the bomb gets dropped. This is going to be all over. Velox has nothing to do as he gets sandwiched in from both angles. SKUM Gaming take it 19-7 after what a fantastic series. Two super close maps and an advantage at 2-0 to the SKUM side.